This is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks, where we review movies. Love them or hate them, someone's got to do it. So enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm April.
And this is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks.
And anything else that gets in the mix.
So April,
Yeah.
what is in the mix with you?
Hoping that Harlow will make up her mind. Does she want to be inside or outside? But she's got to be quiet.
So I know I mentioned on our last recording that I got a puppy. I didn't go into detail. We're trying to record. And my dog was in here with us, and then she didn't want to calm down. So I sent her outside the room and shut the door, and now she's whining at the door. Mm-hmm. Should I let her in?
No, she'll be fine.
April's a heartless bitch.
No.
It's okay.
The thing is that she's going to be making noise in here or she's going to be making noise out there. At least there's a door to block some of the sound.
She's scratching at the door right now.
Yeah, but we don't know how much the mics will pick up.
That's true. That's true. We can hear it. Maybe you guys can't. For those who want to know, she's a rescue, because I feel like you have to say that.
Why?
I don't know. People get mad if you say you have a puppy. Like, oh, did you buy your puppy from a puppy mill? No, I got it from a second chance shelter. It was either that or she was going to die. So,
yeah, I don't know who you talk to.
it's just how people are.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I've never asked that question. Yeah. I've never heard anyone ask that question to someone else.
I have, because people suck.
You've asked that question?
No,
okay.
No, I've heard someone ask that. And I think there was someone had puppies outside of Walmart or something one day. And I think I was telling somebody about it. They're like, oh, you would just buy I was like, it's still a rescue.
Yeah.
I rescued them from that awful situation. So it's still a damn rescue. Whatever. I can't help how I got the puppy. But this one was from a shelter. She had a rough go of it. She's 8 months old. We didn't name her Harlow. It's what her name is. And she is a pointer heeler mix. She's very smart, but dumb at the same time. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
It comes and it goes.
It really does. It's so weird. Let's say she's trying to grab something, right? Mm-hmm. And I hide it and I stuff it down. She'll still know that I have it, but she'll lose her bone that she was just chewing on while it's in front of her. It's that kind of situation. It's like, you're smart, but you're dumb. And I don't know. She'll forget my sister has been here this whole, you were late.
Oh yeah.
Literally, as we're watching the movie, she's chewing on her bone. She's on my lap. April is sitting in a chair in her view for hours. And then all of a sudden she drops her bone. She sees her and she just starts barking like you hadn't been here this whole time. Like you just showed up. Mm-hmm. And for 5 minutes, she just lost her ever-loving mind. And then she was fine again. Mm-hmm. Literally, my sister, she was playing with my sister. My sister went to the bathroom and then she came out in the hall and the dog just lost it. Went ballistic. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what to do with that. But
she'll get the hang of it.
I think so too. I mean, we've already made some small progress on that front. She loves me.
Yeah, we just can't understand why.
I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm an animal person. A lot of animals just gravitate towards me. Especially cats. I want nothing to do with cats. And my friend's cat, who hates everybody except for the one owner, she doesn't like the husband, but she likes the wife. And she loves me. And I want nothing to do with her because I'm allergic. And she just will come towards me all the time. And my friend's like, I don't understand. She doesn't like anybody. I just have a thing. I have a certain smell, I guess. A je ne sais quoi. But anyways, what's in the mix for you?
I just came back from Atlanta. Experienced the Harry Potter exhibition.
Whoop, whoop.
So excited. I loved every minute of it. And now I want to go to Universal. And I think in the winter, I want to try the Forbidden Forest. Yeah, I saw a bunch of TikToks this past winter. They did it like somewhere in upstate New York. And that was pretty sweet.
Wow, that'd be fun.
Hopefully they do it again this winter and I have the ability to go to it.
Yeah. That'll be great.
Yep. And maybe next summer, Disney Universal.
Whoop, whoop. I think we should.
Someone else is also excited.
Yeah. She's very excited. So we've had 3 musicals in a row.
Yes, I really wanted to continue it, but new month, new genre.
New month, new me. And I was like, you know, what we haven't done in a while, a fun comedy. So here we are doing a fun comedy.
We did Friday.
Yeah, but it's been a bit.
Yeah, true.
You know, so I felt like we needed a refresh.
Yes.
And so we are reviewing Wedding Crashers.
Yay.
Yes. I don't know if other people feel this way, but I love Vince Vaughn.
Same.
I love him. He's basically him, and I want to say like Ryan Reynolds and maybe like Chevy Chase. All 3 of them basically just like play themselves in movies. They play the same character in almost every movie. And I love them in every movie. And Vince Vaughn is just one of those people that it doesn't matter what he does. He's always very similar. And
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I believe it every time. His facial expressions, especially when he's uncomfortable, is fantastic.
Yes.
This movie, he cracks
What would you say
me up.
is your favorite movie of his?
Ooh. So I really like this one. I really like The Breakup. I've seen Swingers. He's in Swingers, right? I believe so.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of my favorite one, and there's so many movies he's been in.
Yeah, he's been in lots of stuff. Old School. I really like him in that.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
He's been in a ton. I don't know which one would be my favorite. What about you?
I was going to say the one where he donated sperm and he ended up being the father of like 500 kids or something.
Oh, yeah.
But now you said Old School.
Yeah.
And I really love Old School.
The one where he donated a lot of sperm that had fat Chris Pratt in it.
Oh.
And I was like, that's the Chris Pratt I know. That's the one Anna Faris loves. Oh, R.I.P. to their relationship. Yeah, that was just like one of the very first things that I wrote down was his facial expressions.
I did notice, since I was paying attention to him a lot, I didn't really like the sideburns.
Really?
Yeah, didn't do it for me.
I feel like they finish it off.
No.
I also really like his monologues. I feel like he does this in a lot of movies where he just has...
He just goes off.
Yeah, a long diatribe. And I'm sure most of them are improv. And I just love it. Like when he's talking on the stairs about the mom. And he just goes on and on and on and on. He's like, you motorboat son of a bitch. Just like asking questions without like really taking a breath to get an answer. I love it. On the same token, I could kind of do without Owen Wilson in this movie. Like, I feel like if anybody else was that part, I'd still enjoy it.
I've always loved Luke Wilson more.
Me too.
Yeah. My favorite Owen Wilson movie, though, has to be, I thought two of them. I love his character in Zoolander, though. Like, I feel like that was his perfect, like, cowabunga dude with the blonde hair. And I just felt like his look worked the best in Zoolander.
I think he's really good in Meet the Fockers.
Oh, yeah. I love the movie.
Meet the Parents.
The Royal Tenenbaums. I love that character. His character. He's like a cowboy. I love The Royal Tenenbaums is one of my favorite movies.
We have to do that. I've
Really?
seen it like once, I think.
I actually have that.
Okay.
So yeah, we could see that.
I actually really enjoy Luke Wilson, and I love him in The Family Stone, which also has Rachel McAdams in it.
My favorite movie of Luke's has to be Idiocracy. I love that movie so much. Like, all the plants are dying because they're giving it like Gatorade or some crap. And they're like, it needs water, toilet water. And they're like, but it has, what is it? Electrolytes, and plants love electrolytes. Like, I love that.
Nope, never seen it.
You've never seen Idiocracy?
Nope.
I have a DVD of that somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, I might have it.
That's my best Owen Wilson impression. Wow.
I might have a digital copy. I don't know. I'll need to check. I'll need to look into that.
I have to do that.
Yeah. Oh my God. The month of April should just be April's movies. Oh. I already know what movies I want to do. Okay, that's it. April is the month of April.
Speaking of, just yesterday on the radio, they were talking about collectively as a society, people's favorite months. And first they said April and June were people's favorite months. And I was like, like April and her brother.
Yay, perfect.
But then they said actually October is everybody's favorite. And then it's April and
it's the perfect season, and it has Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of people really like December.
I feel December is the most hectic month. It's too much going on. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's just very busy.
Yeah. One of the guys was like, I hate December. It's so stressful. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be. You're making it stressful. Shop early. Don't be stressed. Don't let president stress you out.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So I have
thoughts
on this movie. So a mediator, a meteor. Why are there two of them? Is that necessary? Don't you usually just have one mediator?
They're a team. Maybe that's their spiel.
Or do they always do it together, or are they sometimes separate?
Clearly this was a high class couple. So yeah, maybe they paid the big bucks to have the two best mediators.
I guess, yeah. And I said, being a mediator seems horrible.
I can see it being cutthroat. Like, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with you two. I just am here to move things along and get shit resolved.
Usually mediators don't really say anything until like they have their judgment. But it typically
it depends on the situation. This was clearly family law.
Yeah.
You know, not like contract corporate law. And like they said, this has been going on for months.
Ugh.
And they are now, you know, talking about the miles.
Yeah.
You know, their frequent flyer miles. Like, for them to bring up the frequent flyer miles, I would think they were fighting over everything.
Yeah. Well, like, it's okay. So my aunt is a lawyer and they do family law. And she said they have a storage unit full of stuff that people couldn't decide on. Like, one person really, really wanted their deer head, right? But their wife knew that that person really wanted the deer head. So they said they wanted the deer head just to piss off the other person. And so neither one of them have it, and they have to keep a hold of it. So they've had it for years, just sitting in storage because they can't decide who gets the head. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, a part of me would be like, oh, just take it. I don't care. The other part of me is like, I'm kind of vindictive, and I'd want it just because I know you'd want it.
Yep. That's why you have to place fake sentimental attachment to things you don't really care about.
I remember, did you ever watch Will and Grace?
Yeah, but I don't watch shows like you watch shows.
Know. But there's an episode where it has Molly Shannon on it, and she got divorced, and
she got Rosario?
no, no. She won all of her husband's snow globes in the divorce. And they're like, oh, did you really like snow globes? She goes, no, they were my husband's, and he loved them, and I wanted them. And then she goes, sometimes I just take them and I shake them, shake them, shake them.
What I loved is that after, like, they got divorced and he got remarried, or at least was with somebody. And so then when he died, he left the new wife just crappy sentimental shit. Yeah. And then he left Karen all of the money because he was like, I know that's what you loved the most. And I thought that was so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And she got Rosario, which was important.
Yep. I never understood how did her and Grace meet?
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
Like, I understand, the housewife wanting to get out, but not really, because she didn't really do anything. Yeah. But how did her and Grace meet?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Now that's gonna bother me. Like, I know they've said it. And I want to say that at some point Karen was a good worker and then she wasn't anymore. So I don't quite remember.
A deep dive for another day.
Well, when they came back and did the show again, they kind of changed some stuff.
Oh.
So that is intermixing with the stuff that I knew from before. And so
yeah, I never watched the reboot.
Yeah. Just like with the Connors. They had it one way, and then with the new stuff, they have it a different way. And I'm like, but it's not how it was.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it, but you know me, I don't watch nothing except the only stuff I watch other than YouTube is our movies once a week.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, it's special. Makes it special. Let's see here. Oh, I love how the wife shouts at her husband. She goes, "You shut your mouth when you're talking to me." And then Vince just looks at her like, I really like that because I feel like people say that a lot. Let's see here.
One of my favorite scenes is when Vince Vaughn's character has to carry grandma to her bedroom and the butler pops up and he's like, really? The daughter and the grandmother? Be gentle with her. She's pushing 90.
Yeah.
But when he wakes her up at first, she's like, oh, Mr. Franklin President. Or Mr. President. I was like, what?
Yeah, because she worked for one of the presidents.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm too drunk. Carry me.
I was like, man, I wish that worked.
Poor Jerry, man. He really was just had it going. Like, he got shot. He got hit several times in football. He was hit on by everybody.
Yep.
It's just...
He was the comedic relief.
He really was.
He was taking one for the team of two.
So I wonder, before this movie and then after this movie, how many people have tried to crash weddings? Do you think the numbers went up?
Oh my gosh. After seeing this movie, of course, me and my friends are like, we should do this. Yeah. We never officially did it. However, we kind of did it one time, but we were just at this place that had, it was 2 floors. We were having a 30th birthday party upstairs.
Yeah.
And downstairs, there was a wedding ceremony. So then as we're exiting, we have to go downstairs and we're kind of waiting because, you know, different people rode together. So we're kind of just waiting there. And so we're kind of standing like in the open doorway. And then we kind of like moseyed on in a little bit more, just to check out the vibes. Mm-hmm. But like, we didn't like, I guess, completely enter the room.
Someone guessed Wedding Crashers.
Yay!
So for those who saw this on Instagram, who pay attention to our Instagram, I posted before we watched the movie, can you guess what movie we're watching? And I put 2 guys, one that's a brunette, one that's a blonde, plus a football, plus a headstone equals question mark. And I wanted people to guess what movie it is. And
give a shout out to that person.
We got a few responses, and let's see here. So one person said The Longest Yard. Then we had Silver Linings Playbook, and I was like, ooh, there is a character or a person in that movie that's in this movie, but that's not the movie. Then we had Brothers Grimsby. We had, let's see here, Rudy. We had Invincible. And of course, none of those was correct, but the people over at Iceman and Coach podcast, sports show, they guessed correctly.
Dun, da, da, da.
Good job, guys.
Hooray
good job.
To you.
So check out Iceman and Coach Sports Show on Instagram and go listen to their episode. Way to go, guys. Obviously, I can't say that they're correct because, you know, then it would ruin it for everybody. But I can give them like a little wink.
The wink and the
double guns.
Yes.
Let's see here. I couldn't put a cake because I felt like a wedding cake because that felt like that would be too easy. So what would you have put? I went through different things. I thought like an art palette, you know, like a painting palette. I thought of a bird because they go to shoot quails. I thought of a boat.
I would have probably put a bride and a groom, a church, and then like, I don't think there's anyone dressed in black. Probably a headstone or a casket.
Yeah, that would have been like 4 weddings and a funeral.
Oh, I would have been much more obvious though.
That's true. I wanted it to be hard. I didn't want the first person to guess it and then the game was over.
Yeah, but only if you read the comments.
Well, I would assume other people would read the comments. Am I the only one that reads comments?
Well, only if I care. Like, let's say I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's da-da-da. And then I open the comments to reply and somebody already said it, then I would heart it. Like, if not, then I would have been like, oh, I would have said 4 weddings and a funeral. Like, I would have still commented it.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So do you think since 2020, it's probably been a lot harder to crash weddings? The weddings have been smaller. People pay attention. I think it'd be a lot harder to crash a wedding nowadays than versus then.
I think
with social media.
Here's the thing. A good size wedding, right?
Yeah.
Because, COVID only lasted in Texas for 3 months. Let's face it, not even that, right? Yeah. But anyways, in a good size wedding, you're not going to know everybody.
True. But that's why I meant like more people are having smaller weddings instead of bigger weddings, not just because of COVID, but also.
It really just depends on the couple.
Yeah.
Like, it really just depends.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been to a wedding like that big where there'd be people you didn't know.
I have.
Yeah. Maybe as a kid I did.
No.
But as an adult, I mean, even the weddings I've photographed, never been like gigantic.
No, I've been to big weddings and I sometimes don't even know the bride or the groom. I just show up with whoever. Be like, hey, I'm going to a wedding. You want to come? Okay.
Huh.
So like, whatever.
Or the bride and the bride. Like
yeah.
You knew,
I have like.
You met them?
They were acquaintances. I recognized them, but like I didn't know them. So.
That was a fun wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I probably would have had a lot more fun if I wasn't sick, but it was a fun wedding.
I feel like the weather was just right that day too. They really lucked out.
They really did.
But I hear that rain on a wedding is good luck.
They're still married.
Mm-hmm.
So that worked out.
Yep.
We're going to take a little break. We're back.
Yes, we are.
From outer space.
You realize this movie is like 13 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Oh, okay. So one of my favorite parts is the shout montage.
Oh,
where they're
yeah.
singing the song. It kind of reminds me in other movies, like where the girls have like a outfit montage.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
the makeover.
Yeah. Or when they're just trying on a whole bunch of stuff at the store. Like it just kind of reminds me of that. So I really enjoyed that part. And how much money do they bring a gift to every wedding?
Yeah.
Or
that's probably why they know all the shapes of the boxes.
It's true. I thought that. Though I thought he said it was air.
Oh, I didn't catch what he said.
Yeah. Like I kind of feel like he said that was good old Virginia air that was in that box, but I could be wrong. It was a very fancy box.
Mm-hmm.
They dressed it up
I feel that's
nice.
the least they owe the couple is an actual gift.
Though think about it this way. I guarantee you most of the time, some people didn't show up that said they were going to be there. So they probably had extra food and you get charged for it anyway. So you might as well have someone
My
eat
whole
it.
thing is like, these seem like fancier weddings where they have nameplates or place, whatever. What's it called?
Placeholders.
There you go. Assigned seating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless they RSV. No, but you need an address.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Who knows how they do it?
Mm-hmm.
If I was Rachel McAdams' character, I would have laughed when my sister and her husband were saying, "You were my captain and you were my first mate." That probably would have made me laugh too.
No, it would have been fine.
Really?
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have been paying attention anyways.
No.
I would have, and that I would have probably snickered as well. Because that's ridiculous. Let's see here. Oh, so I forgot that later on in the movie, he runs into somebody that he hooked up with at a different wedding, right?
Same.
So I put, how have they not ran into a woman that they've hooked up with? Or just, other people at the party that they said, "Oh, I'm this person and I'm a dentist," or whatever they told these people. how have they never run into these people before?
Well, they had it as part of their rules.
Yeah.
So they probably already had this happen. First of all, weddings, you have people from out of town.
Yeah.
You know, this is the DC area. So maybe, you know, for example, like we live in the DFW area. Yeah. Most of my acquaintances are in the Fort Worth area. So I would be like, let's hit up all the Dallas weddings.
True.
You know,
I guess.
Let's hit up all the Plano weddings.
Like, I've been to 3 weddings in the same venue. So, and you know, I know people from all over the DFW area. So in my head, I was just thinking, how have they never run into people that they know? Or that know them, you know, outside of wedding crashing? Like, it's surprising. I don't know.
I mean, they still use their first real names, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I went to a funeral and someone that I went to college was there. And I was like, hey. And they were really good friends with the daughter of the person who passed. And I was just like, hey, man, what are you doing here? It was super weird.
Yeah, it depends on the people. Like, I wouldn't pay attention. Yeah. I wouldn't care. I might notice, like, oh, hey, there's so-and-so. Whatever. I'm not that person that's going to work the room and say hi to everybody and be like, oh, my God, how you've been? No, unless my social circle leads me to their social circle. At most, I'll just acknowledge them like, hey, what's up? And just like, whatever. Like, here's the thing. I don't really ask people questions. They could tell me whatever they want to tell me. I hate to say I don't care, but I really don't. Like,
I wish I could be that way.
Like, what could you possibly tell me? Someone I haven't seen 5-10 years that I would care about. Like, oh, I bought a house. Oh, okay. I got married. I got 3 kids. Oh, okay. I got a new car. Oh, okay. Like, unless...
No, that's the only one that you would have been like, oh, what kind? Was it a Bronco?
I might ask a question or two, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. You know, like, unless you're taking me joyriding in your car, you're going to let me drive your car. I don't care. Like, I bought a $50 million house. Where'd you get $50 million from? Would probably be my question. Yeah. Like, oh, you bought a $50 million house? That's cool for you, but like, where'd the money come from? Like, yeah. I mean, I don't care. It just doesn't affect me. Like,
I just want to spend a day in your brain and just see what it's like.
Honestly, it's just all about me and my personal interests. Like, I keep busy doing my thing. And like, yeah.
Like, if you were you and you were in my brain, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Like, I don't care what other people, I am the definition of like, mind your own business. Like, I am a perfect example of mind your own business.
Would you say you're a narcissist?
No, because I'm not the best or the greatest.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm pretty damn swell.
There you go.
So, yeah.
And that's how April sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Oh, make me a bicycle clown.
Oh, yeah. I was very impressed with that bicycle.
Right? He looked pissed. Like the kid. Like he looked mad.
I think because there was rope for the wheels.
Yeah.
Which I thought just added more.
Right.
Like, what did he do? Steal all the kids' laces? Like, where did that rope come from?
That's not rope. It's white balloons.
Oh, they're just hanging white
Yeah.
balloons?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're just not aired.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it was really impressive. I was impressed. I would have
he
made a
kept
small one.
He kept complaining about his lungs. You would think he would have that little hand
Bumper.
pump.
Yeah. Rookie mistake. Should always have the hand pump. Let's see here. So I wonder if this is something that they thought about when they were kids, but they're best friends and they both are hitting on girls that are sisters. You think they were like, one day we're going to meet two girls and they're going to be sisters and we're going to be brothers. We're best friends and brothers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think about those things. Is that a thing? Like, is it?
I mean, you've seen movies. You've seen like girls. They're like, we're going to be best friends forever and we're going to be brothers that are twins and we're going to marry them.
I don't recall that from any film ever. Name a movie.
Oh, dear God. I don't know.
Have you actually seen that in a movie?
No, I have. I've seen it in movies and TV shows. I've read it in books. Like two sisters or like two friends are like, we're going to meet two guys and they're going to be brothers and we're going to be best friends and sisters.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that thought never crossed my mind.
And then there's actually a story that I saw, and this is real. It's not made up, but it was two identical twin sisters married two identical twin brothers.
Yeah, I've heard about that. And their children are actually biologically considered siblings.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I heard about that one.
They're cousin sisters. Sister cousins. Let's see here. So I love Isla Fisher. I think she's hilarious. And I love the running gag that she has the whole entire movie until she like tells him that she was faking, that she wasn't actually a virgin. And, you know, she was just pretty much lying.
How it wasn't until that moment that he's like, oh my God, I love her.
Yeah.
But like, he didn't love her when he thought she was normal crazy, but when she was psycho crazy, that was okay.
Well, I think he was like, okay, this girl's on my level. Like, all right.
Yup.
She's got something.
She's got that something.
When she was just like hot and crazy, he was like, oh God, no. He was like, oh, she's just fun. Okay. I dig it. I dig the fun crazy.
Yeah.
I love her little voice, like, I'll find you.
Oh, I loved that too. She had the best storyline.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember seeing this movie and then seeing, oh, God. It was either the one with Will Ferrell when he's a race car driver.
I didn't see that. Tallahassee Nights?
Yeah. That or it was Borat. I can't remember. But finding out that she was married to him, I was like, what?
I was shocked.
I was like, they probably laugh all the time. All the time.
Like, I know Sacha Cohen, what he looks like, but I only ever think of him as like Ali G and Borat and like the dictator. Like I know he doesn't look like those things, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of him. Like, I don't think of like, you know, going to the Oscars look, you know? And so sometimes when I remember that they're together, I'm like, what does she see in him?
Right.
And then I see them at a red carpet event, and I was like, oh yeah, he does clean up nice. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because in Talladega Nights, he's pretty suave and debonair. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it. She's hilarious. I don't know if you've ever heard about this, but people get her and Amy Adams mixed up. And she placed herself in or placed Amy Adams in her Christmas cards and sent them out.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they did a movie where they were playing the same person, but she was playing like her like psycho part of her.
Ooh.
I don't remember exactly what it is. I never saw the movie, but I do know they were playing the same character.
We need to add that to the list.
Right? And people get them confused all the time. So she sent out Christmas cards and had put Amy Adams in as her.
Like, I can tell them
And nobody
apart,
noticed.
but I never remember what her name is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think I remember Amy Adams is an easier name to remember
Yeah.
than like Elsa Elsa Fisher? What's her name?
I think it's Isla Fisher or Isla.
I don't know.
Isla.
I visually could tell them apart, but I only know Amy Adams' name.
I just don't know how she pronounces her name, but it's Isla Fisher, Isla Fisher. I love her in the movie Shopaholic.
My favorite one is Enchanted. Is that what it's called?
That's Amy Adams.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it in years. Okay.
This just further proves my point.
If you put them side by side, I know which one is I know, like, if you tell me their names, I'm like, okay, this one's this one, this one's that one.
You know, it's weird. I know I can tell them both apart, but then like we talked about last week, the week before, Bernadette Peters and Helen Bonham Carter can't tell them apart for whatever reason. Let's see here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, this was my note when we saw Bradley Cooper. I put Bradley fucking Cooper.
I forgot he was in this.
A dick.
I loved him in this movie. Not as a person, but as a great character. Like, as an actor, this was a great character.
Is this your favorite character?
Of his?
No, in this movie.
Ooh, no.
Okay.
No.
I was like, April.
No.
He's the villain.
I was like, no. I think my favorite person has to be Will Ferrell. Mom, where's the meatloaf? I don't know where she goes. She just disappears on me.
I don't know. I kind of like Todd.
Oh yeah.
I actually
the misunderstood artiste.
Yeah, the brother. I actually have this on here specifically because you'll see in a moment. It said Vince Vaughn recommended Justin Long for Todd. When Long auditioned, he played the role with influence from Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs. Long initially thought he was cast before Kerr O'Donnell was hired. Long and O'Donnell became subsequent friends afterwards. I was like, oh man, that would have been another Justin Long movie. But no, I think this kid nailed it.
Yes.
He's so good. He also kind of looks like the guy from the Minions movie though.
You know who he reminded me of? The guy from Accepted.
Which one?
The one that has ADHD and talks too much.
Oh, really?
Or fast. Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine him not as a blonde. Like, I'm thinking of Penguin from Gotham.
Yeah, all I can see him is the cartoon character of that guy from... Because the way he's like sitting there with his black and white scarf and his black outfit, that's exactly what that hunched over. And I can't unsee it. But I just love how he hits on Jerry and he paints him a picture. And actually Vince Vaughn took that home with him after the shooting.
I would too.
Yeah, put it up in his house.
He's like, I love when they like get found out and he's like, I want my picture back. And then he's like, you gave that to me. There's no take backs. I'm taking it with me or something. And I was, yeah. And then like Owen Wilson's character looks at the painting and he's like, yeah. Like canvases are expensive.
Right? Like, I don't know why, but I love that when I wouldn't say bully because I don't think Vince Vaughn is a bully, but like the character that's similar to Vince Vaughn in other movies when something like that happens and they want to take whatever it is. Like, let's say a kid was sharing their tea party with them and they're like, no, I want to take my picture you drew me with me. Like, come on, you gave it to me. It's fine. You know, just,
And
I love
that's
that.
teaching kids no takes backs.
No take backs. Snitches get stitches, bitch. Yeah. That sort of situation.
You know, I learned that only is a rule if you're in the inn. If you're not in the inn, then you don't have to abide by those rules. I'd still keep mum, but but it's good to know that those rules do not apply to civilians.
True. On Bradley Cooper, since we're talking about outfits, and his little white and maroon and yellow shirt, I was like, he looks like a Gryffindor. I was like, oh wow. But I do like his character. I kind of feel like it's very similar to Adam Scott in Step Brothers. Like it has that same sort of cocky douchebag energy, and they both play that so well. Like how they can play that, and then they play their other parts, and you're just like, man, you're so
How do they
good.
do that?
I know it's called acting, but still, you know what I mean? Let's see. So I don't know if we want to talk about that. Let's see here. Why'd I put that? Why did he have to change his schools? That's weird. I don't know what that meant. Did someone change schools?
No.
Huh.
I know the artist kid went to a fancy art school,
Yeah.
but he didn't change schools.
I don't know why I put that. That's weird. Oh, I put Kitty Cat. We know where the daughter gets it from. They're very similar.
Yup.
Oh, and then I put you motorboating son of a bitch. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So whose clothing are they wearing? Because Vince Vaughn is 6'5". He's a pretty big dude. It's not like they just have that clothing just sitting around the house. So where'd they find clothes?
Clearly, they're rich enough they could send a servant out to buy clothes.
I guess.
My whole thing is how them two had, 4 days off?
Yeah.
Like
I said, they own their own business. They can
True.
come and go as they please, I guess. Let's see here. Vince got shot. We talked about that. Oh, so I hate this in movies, and I know why they do it to further the plot, blah, blah, blah. But he was just about to tell her that they were lying about who they were. And they never just come out with it. They always let whatever happens stand in the way. I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm sorry, I lied.
it's for the plot.
I know. I just hate it. It's annoying because you know it's just right there.
Yes.
And then they always have to say, well, I was just about to tell you when that happened.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
Wow. You know, it's just Oh, I like that the butler helps him.
Yes.
Tries to get him in. I guess they became friends.
Well, it's been months now, and he's been sending singing telegrams. I bet you he got to keep everything. I don't want this chocolate. He's like, I'll eat these chocolates.
I'll take 'em.
I don't want this fruit basket. I'll eat this fruit basket, you know? Basically, he got wooed.
Yeah. So we brought up Chaz. And for those who don't know, it's Will Ferrell. And he is playing the guy who came up with this whole Wedding Crasher.
But
plot.
he's graduated. He's moved on.
Yeah, now he does funerals. So he was actually supposed to play the part of John. But he decided he wanted a smaller character. And
Which I feel is an even bigger character because he's like the surprise.
yeah. Like, could you imagine this movie with him and Vince Vaughn?
Too similar.
Yeah. Like, they're both tall, goofy dudes. Like, I don't know if it would have worked.
Yeah, I feel like Vince Vaughn would have had to have played Will. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. You know who, like, I don't know why. I know they were in several movies together, but for some reason, Vince Vaughn could have stayed his character, but I could have seen his friend. Oh God, he's a director now. Mostly does the, he's in Iron Man. No, not Iron Man. Superman movies. Oh God, what is his name? I just heard his name the other day. It's going to bother me. Hold on.
You could probably say his name and I still wouldn't know who it is. I'd have to see a picture.
Well, I'll show you.
She's going to show me.
The people at home are probably screaming right now because they know who it is. Oh, come on.
It's not working.
Oh, no, it worked. I just had to find it.
No, it's not.
Why are there so many? Oh, John Farvo.
I got to see him. Oh, that's his friend? Yeah. I know who that is. He is an Iron Man.
Like him younger.
He's Smiley or what's his name? Happy.
Okay, yeah. Him when he was younger and Vince Vaughn, they're like chef's kiss of duo. And I think him being that part back in his day would have been perfect. It'd have been so good. And I like Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. I think they're really good together. I just think the only other person I could picture would be John Farvo or however you say his name. Let's see here. Oh, so Sad John at weddings, when they held that whole montage of him doing the crashing by himself, reminds me of Adam Sandler from The Wedding Singer.
I never saw that.
What?
Yeah.
How have you never seen The Wedding Singer?
Just never appealed to me.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I've also never seen Riding in the Cars with Boys, Home Fries.
I mean, that makes sense.
I haven't seen a bunch of stuff. Like, here's the thing. Your thing was go buy movies at Blockbuster. And like, I didn't do that. Like, I saw movies, but like.
That's just a big movie. I'm surprised you didn't see it. That's all.
I mean, you can't see everything.
No, but it was a pretty big, you watched Adam Sandler movies, so
Yeah.
just surprised. That's all. I don't know how I feel about them crashing funerals.
I'm happy that they at least showed one.
Yeah.
I felt that Chase, is that his name? Chaz. He was way over the top.
Yes.
But I also see that, like, so the first time I heard about this was on The Simpsons when Grandpa is going to, like, book his, like, funeral and stuff. And they're like, would you like the crying widow? And then you see an example of this woman. She's, like, crying over a headstone. And then, like, the timer goes off. And so she stands up, walks to a different headstone and starts crying. And then he's like, oh, yes, I want the crying widow. And then they get to the total and they're like, oh, that's too much, right?
Yeah.
Well, I remember I saw a thing where, like, in Africa, there is like in this one town, village, something, there is a thing where you pay professional crying women, and it's like this thing where like you walk like they walk your casket, you know, to the funeral procession type thing, and people gather, and like it's the more important you are, the more people will weep and cry for you, and so they pay women to cry for you. So are you gonna want crying people at your funeral so I could start making arrangements?
No, I just hope people show up.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I won't know because I'll be dead, but I hope people show up.
I'm indifferent. I'll be dead. Honestly, don't even waste the money on it. Just cremate me. Seriously, like I mean,
even if you're cremated, people still have funerals.
Yeah, I know, but like here's my thing. A funeral service is for your friends and family. It's not really for the dead person. Like, at least for me. For me, like, I just don't waste your money on that. Yeah. Like, just have the wake, or just do one of the things. Like, in Hispanic ones, you have like the wake, you have the rosary, and then you have the funeral.
Yeah.
Just do one. You know, you're good.
Yeah.
Whatever. A celebration of life, party. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Yeah.
So,
anything else about this movie? Any other parts you like? Parts you hate? Questions? Concerns?
I found it interesting because you just kept saying, whoever does this, whoever does that. And I'm like, clearly there are people that live these lives that we are not privy to.
True.
It felt like watching a period piece that's modern. You know what I mean? Like, people really do live these lives. Like those bikes, every now and then I'm like, I want a bike. And I look at those like old schooly bikes and I'm like, April, you're not going to ride your bike. You know?
Probably not.
So,
yeah, I love that you had brought that up. So there's a part where Rachel McAdams and Owen Wilson are riding a bike through a land or whatever, and we're talking. And you're like, I was sitting there thinking, wonder when the last time April was on a bike. And then you were like, I can't remember the last time I was on a bike.
Actually, I can remember the last time I was on a bike. It had, oh gosh, how old am I? Maybe about 15, 17 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, like I remember I was a nanny and the little girl wanted to go ride bikes. And I was like, okay, I'll follow. She's like, no, you can use my mom's bike. And I was like, okay. And like, I didn't like her mom's bike was like those like marathon like type bikes with the bar that's super high.
I hate that.
I hate it too. And her mom was like a tall woman. So the seat was up and I was just like, okay, we'll go. Like we only went around the block once because I was like, dude, I do not want to fall. Like my feet can't really touch, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that was the last time I rode the bike and I would have had a better experience if it was just a different bike.
Yeah.
You know? So
I had a pink, well, it wasn't pink. It was like white, gray, and pink speckles on a bike. And it was Huffy. And my best friend across the street got the same bike. And I love that bike. I used to ride it all the time. I cannot tell you when besides like a stationary bike at the gym, I have no idea the last time I rode a bike.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if you can rent bikes.
Yeah, probably.
We should rent bikes just to see if we can still ride a bike. Because they say that once you learn, you never forget.
My dad has bikes.
Oh, really? We should test them
Just go
out.
over there.
Yeah.
I think the only problem is that he needs a new tire. So besides that.
There's no rush. We'll get to it one of these years.
All right. Well, April, the time has come.
We forgot to talk about the miniature horses that weren't miniature horses. I thought that's what you were going to bring up.
No, because that wasn't important.
I was like, oh my God, miniature horses. And you're like, that's an alpaca.
No, I first said goat
That's
or
what
sheep.
you said. You said an
No.
alpaca.
No, I said goat or sheep. And then I was like, and then louder, I said, I think it's an alpaca.
All I heard was alpaca.
Or something. Because to be fair, when I said it, they were far away. And they
That's
looked a
when
little
I
bigger.
saw them. They were far away.
But you saw them when they were like hopping around with them on the bikes.
Looking like miniature horses.
But then when I looked up, they were like far away behind them so I didn't know what they were, but I knew they weren't miniature horses.
They looked like on the replay though. Could you see it?
A little, but I knew there wouldn't be 20 miniature horses.
It was a herd of miniature horses.
It was a herd of goats.
Well, when I win the lottery, I'm going to have a herd of miniature horses and I'll have bikes and we can ride our bikes together through my estate.
Could you also get a miniature cow to be friends with the miniature horses?
Oh, the little furry cows. Yes.
'Cause I feel like that's needed.
Yes, we're going to have miniature everything.
Yes. Sweet.
Yes. Sweet.
All right. Now the time has come, April, for the most important question.
Yes.
What do you rate this movie?
I'm going to rate this movie a 7 out of 10. Why didn't they have miniature horses? A herd of them.
That is a good point. I'm going to rate it, and I only deduct points because it's implausible that they would have clothes for Vince Vaughn. That is the only implausible thing about this whole entire movie. So I'm going to rate it a 9 out of 10. Where did you get clothes for Vince Vaughn?
They sent out the housekeeper to buy just a buttload of clothes and his visual size.
Like if they were just looking for swim trunks or something, I've seen where people have that. But
Like,
whole outfits.
Like you wanted to
seems
see
crazy.
him in like shorter pants or
Yeah, where it didn't quite fit him.
I think that would have been funny.
Yeah.
Like hems that didn't reach all the way to his like wrists or whatever.
But all these clothes fit him perfectly. It just didn't make any sense because no one is as tall as him. Except for Will Ferrell, and he was not a part of it. So, all right. Well, guys, April, where can they find us?
Two Chicks Talking Flicks over on Instagram.
You can find us at Two Chicks Talkin Flicks at Gmail.
We have a Facebook, Two Chicks Talking Flicks.
And you can find us over at TikTok, Two Chicks Talkin Flicks.
Hope to hear from you soon.
Bye.
Toodles.
This episode was produced by Two Chicks Talkin Flicks. Music was produced by Michael Girvani. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to be a part of the show, have a movie suggestion, or just want to give us some love, you can email us at twochickstalkinflicks@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. Toodles.